Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? Welcome back to the show. I'm Dan.
Now I'm Jess.
Yee. What's up, Jess? What you been up to?
Nothing. It's
I know.
football season.
Yeah, it's been a while since we did the last time.
Yeah, I got
So,
a few things to say. It should
yeah,
be a good show.
yeah, hell yeah. So for this week, we'll be covering sports. Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa. How do you say it? Do you know?
I call him Tua. I'm not finna butcher his
Do
last name.
do. Recent injury is the out covering the hip drop band, and Jess's Raider rant, her thoughts on the Raiders. We'll get into that. And more news like Lil Wayne speaks out after Super Bowl performance announcement, and Bon Jovi saves a life. Can't wait to see that one. Another lady became blind, but this was intentional, and stay to then reacting, then discussing around people identifying as animals. Okay, so there's a whole thing about people identifying as certain things. So we gotta talk about that at least. So sports, celebrities, pop culture trends shape our conversations and perspectives. They're a window into our society. That's why we break down the news, add context, and give you our honest take. Our goal is to educate, entertain, and spark discussions. Ready to go beyond the headlines, explore the stories shaping our culture? Let's get into it on this episode of Let Culture Speak. Appreciate you being here.
Let the culture speak in the rhythm we seek. We're the voices of the now. Stand together strong and proud.
So Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, whatever, recent concussion during a 31-10 loss to the Bills has medical experts worried. After a hard hit, Tagovailoa showed the fencing position on an involuntary posture that signals severe brain injury. Let's look at this video.
Pressure. Tua steps up. He's going to run for the first down and takes a shot at the 6-yard line.
CBS Sports headquarter injury expert Marty Jaramillo says this is a clear sign of a severe head injury. If as extreme as it seemed, Tagovailoa could be out for 10 to 12 weeks and retirement might be necessary. This is Tagovailoa's third concussion in 3 seasons. He had two last year and even considered retiring. Jaramillo and former NFL stars are urging him to think about stepping away from the game to protect his health. Tagovailoa will undergo further tests on Friday, as Jaramillo says this young man simply doesn't have the luxury of having multiple concussions and thinking he will have a long career. It's not fair to himself and his family.
It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I've seen the concussions he had to make your body involuntarily do things that they're not supposed to do. Football is a physical game. It doesn't matter if he has the guardian cap on. You're not gonna always, be able to avoid contact, especially to the head. They try their best to protect quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, you're gonna take a hit one of these days. It's
But
not worth it.
don't you think he could have avoided that with sliding instead of head on towards the.
Absolutely, he could have avoided it with sliding. He needs to, you know, he knows he has those issues, and he needs to do his best to avoid hitting like that. But at the end of the day, it's football. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And for you to fall out like that for that type of hit every time, it's not worth it. Like,
And
I don't know how much more that guy, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how much more that guy's brain can take, but
yeah, and that was the first week. Like, goddamn, dude, you're already out, and after like three concussions, holy shit, like, you might as well. Yeah, it's a sad story, but like, yeah, you kind of did that to yourself with taking unnecessary risk,
and even
in
if he
safety.
did slide, you still have to worry about somebody hitting him and hitting his back of the head when he falls backwards. It's just in the game of football, it's honestly unavoidable unless he has a red jersey on the game day. I just think that he should really take his health into consideration and
Yeah.
you know.
So 8 to 12 weeks. I think he's gonna step away, but we'll see about it. We'll probably maybe follow up on it. If there's so much news, there's barely we could cover, so we just cover whatever is very interesting. So yeah. All right, let's move on. In the latest injury report segment, New York Post sports anchor Brandon London chatted with Dr. Gilliam Gonzalez Lomas from NYU Langone Sports Medicine Center about a game-changing new NFL rule, the ban on hip drop tackles. This new rule is the new NFL's way of keeping players safe from serious lower body injuries. Dr. Gonzalez Lamos emphasized that banning the hip drop tackle isn't just a rule tweak, it's a vital move towards making the game safer. He broke down how this type of tackle can easily lead to nasty lower body injuries. By cutting it out of the game, players have a better shot at avoiding career-threatening injuries. Let's watch.
A lot of people are saying the game is getting softer. When it comes to this tackle, I would say it's getting smarter. The NFL analyzed over 20,000 tackles, and they found out that the hip drop tackles cause lower extremity injuries at a rate 20 times higher than other tackles. Break it down for us, Doc. Why is that?
Yeah, well, just like you mentioned, Brandon, that the hip drop tackle is where the defensive player wraps their arms to basically get purchase on the offensive player, and then essentially become a 200+ pound pendulum that just got wrapped around and is swinging, and that leads to a tremendous amount of torque. The second part of the hip drop tackle is what you mentioned, landing on usually the lower extremities of that offensive player. So the risk of injury of having this large pendulum swinging and then landing on someone who's running with a pretty good head of steam usually is very high, and that's the concern that a lot of coaches had expressed. And ultimately, this is a question of player safety. So I think this is, in my opinion, a no-brainer. This was a tackle that led to a very high rate of injury. And that's not something that you want at any time, but certainly not when you want to maintain these incredible athletes on the field as long as possible.
This rule change is a big win for everyone. Players can look forward to longer, healthier careers, and fans can enjoy the game knowing their favorite athletes have a lower risk of getting seriously hurt. It's all about making football safer and more fun to watch. So the next time you're watching a game and see a defender steering clear of a hip drop tackle, remember it's not just a rule change, it's a promise to protect players and the sport we all love. Which, yeah. And especially that last story we did, you want to be able to still play the game and not risk serious injury, which is...
Absolutely. But I know defensive players, I know they're tired. It seems like every rule that comes out makes their job harder and harder every year.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the hip drop? Do you think it's making the game weaker or whatever they say?
I wouldn't say it's making the game weaker, but it's making it harder for defensive players to do what they need to do to stop the play from happening. Don't go below the waist. Watch out for the legs. Don't go above the shoulders. Now the one place they can go for, now you can't do, hip drop. What are they supposed to do? You might as well put flags around their waist at this point. How they gonna get
Right.
it down? What they gonna it just seems like no matter what they do, there's gonna be a penalty on them. Like, what do you want these guys to do at this point?
Right. Might as well be like just a touch play. Like, oh, you're...
I mean, like at the end of the day, these guys have been playing this game since they were children. They know what the game brings. I mean, and they know that. And it's a physical game. They get paid millions for this. Yes, I'm all for safety, but I know I feel for at the end of the day, I feel for the defensive players. Like at the end of the day, how you want these guys to tackle these guys? You might as well just let them walk right into the end zone at this point.
Dude, that's crazy. Now I think about it, yeah, like, how are they even supposed to, do their jobs, tackle, or any way to stop them. Like you can't even, you can't stop the run. You can't stop the fuck.
You know, they will they rely on they wait for a lot of tackles. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how they implement it. You know, I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting. You know, to see how they overcome it. I give it to defensive players, especially the stars, for y'all to overcome all those rules and be top players in the league. I applaud you. I think a defensive player's job is one of the hardest in the NFL, especially with all these rules.
Jeez. Yeah, I like that take, Jess. Let's move on. The Raiders' defense was solid against the Chargers, but the offense didn't do enough. But that defense will keep them in the games. So, what's your thoughts, Jess? Go ahead.
You know, their defense was solid. They did what they could through the whole game. Honestly, that first game, it was inspiring to watch the defense because virtually they took the Chargers down for majority of that game. I'd even go as far as saying the Chargers got a majority of their points at the beginning of the game because of the Raiders' offense more than anything. With the fumbles, the tip passes, the you know not able to convert a 4th and 1. Come on, like that offense is horrible. That offensive line is horrible. I'm disappointed to say the least. Like I said, the defense is promising, but I'm just upset at the lack of. I don't know. I feel like there could have been more effort in getting the quarterback.
So, how was the offensive line performed in protecting the quarterback and opening the run game at least?
The run game was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
The passing game was okay. I think Minshew had a lot of opportunities. He just didn't take them. You know, that's why I was honestly more of an advocate for Aiden O'Connell. I feel like he has a stronger pocket presence. I mean, you can go back and look at the game tape and see there was a lot of times that Minshew bailed out the pocket when he didn't have to, and missed wide open players throughout the game. You know, a lot of shots he didn't take. So hopefully they can get that corrected when they look at the tape this week in practice. I know a lot of people were not really a big fan of the offensive coordinator, but he drew up some plays that could have got them some positive yardage. It just needs to be executed. I think any offense could be successful if you execute, and I don't think it was executed very well. A lot of stuff was missed, but you know what? I'll give him that first game.
Okay.
But this second game, it better be some progress with the quarterback. I mean, come on, man.
Uh,
I wouldn't even trip if when he bailed and he started running, he got somewhere, but he didn't. Like he was moving in slow motion, in my opinion. I don't know.
so,
Uh,
what specific area does the quarterback need to improve?
I don't know. I don't know if that's just not his strength, but he needs to look past his first read. It's
Hmm.
like if his first read isn't there, he panics and he thinks he's I don't know. He thinks he's Lamar Jackson. All of a sudden, he can just run for the first down. He don't got the speed for that. You
Hmm.
know, like he needs to go past the first read. There's people. That's what I mean by he missed some shots. There were some people that was wide open. He's scrambling for no reason. Like you could have. There was a play where he could have simply just slid to the left a little bit. I think what was that? I think it was Devontae Adams may have been open or something. There's options out there. He has no excuse, in my opinion. You have a top tight end rookie in Bowers. You have Devontae Adams. You got what's the name? Jacoby. You got a lot of people. You have weapons. Like
Hmm.
the Chargers beat them, and they don't even got no. They have no star players on their offense. Come on.
So, which defense? Going back to the defensive, which defensive player has emerged as a standout this year?
I think Bennett did a good job. He was on the line. He did
Mm.
a good job with the run stopping. Um, I know we just got Wilkerson. I think that was his name. He was, the defensive line was a dream. I've been waiting for a defensive line like that for them. And they finally got it. So
Mhm.
And the cornerbacks are decent. I think they were doing their job. Nate Hobbs, he was out there doing his thing. Jack Jones, he was out there doing his thing. The defense did their thing. They kind of
What do you think they need to improve?
they
Key
still need to
areas
improve on the run defense for sure. Still needs some
on
improvement.
defense.
Absolutely. They honestly let up towards the end with that run defense, and they let some big plays slip. And, you know, they lacked a little bit of discipline towards the end. But overall, as much as they were on the field, I'll give it to them. They were playing lights out.
Hmm. Okay. So quarterback's future with the Raiders. Some
Oh, they
key
need to go
factors.
all in.
Yeah.
The quarterback of the future is not on the team.
Hey, I mean, you called it. You did call it.
The quarterback of the future is not on that team currently.
Mm.
Sorry. I know I hope for big things for Aiden O'Connell if they actually give him a chance, but I honestly,
No.
they need to do whatever they can to get a top draft pick to draft their quarterback next season because they do not have it on their team.
Yeah, if only the coaches listen to the fans who are watching it from afar and actually seeing it. And there's like real good experts out there, especially specifically you too. You know, you have some good takes on it. You know, they gotta listen. Right now, this they're fumbling. So we'll see. Week 2, who we going against next?
The Ravens.
Hey, they lost, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but
How
it
was
should
their?
be an interesting game, at least for the defense. I mean that Ravens offensive line ain't so strong right now. They got some rookies on that line, so Max Crosby, he should be eating this game.
Yeah. Okay.
Now for that offense, Ravens got a good ass defense.
Mm.
I don't know what's gonna happen with our offense, but we gonna see, I guess.
So you're see if there's gonna be any scoring. If
Yeah,
both defense are that good, we'll see.
might be another defensive game.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So let's move on. Rap legend Lil Wayne has poured his heart out to fans after being passed over for the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show in his hometown of New Orleans. In an emotional video, he confessed the snub left him broken. It hurt a lot. He admits his voice shaking. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for the letdown. Let's watch the video.
At the first of all, I had to get strength. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. I must say thank you. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love and the support out there. Your words turn into arms and it held me up when I try to fall back. That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together, but my God, have you all.
Just to reiterate, Wayne's struggles to come to terms with the snub have been eased by the support of his peers, family, and fans. The love is helping me put myself back together, he says gratefully. While Kendrick Lamar is set to perform, Wayne fans hold on to hope that he might make a surprise appearance during the show, crossing their fingers. For now, his raw confession has forged an even stronger bond with his fans. I mean, what the fuck, Rock Nation? Let the motherfucker perform. This is his time, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you did all the way. Little Wayne is the GOAT, you feel me? Like, he got some good. Yeah, Little Wayne is the GOAT. I understand, you know, that he feels like he's snubbed and all that stuff, but in all honesty, too, though, like for Super Bowl performances, that's not really usually how that shit work. They don't just because it's his hometown don't mean he get picked.
Yeah.
When they were in Miami, they didn't tell Pitbull to perform. You know what I mean? Like that's not how that works. So I mean I get it, like Lil Wayne, like it's the easy pick, you know, Lil Wayne, the GOAT,
Yeah.
one of the best rappers in the world. Why wouldn't you pick him to, you know,
Yeah.
do the Super Bowl? Like all the songs he got, the features he could have had, the people he could have brought. I really don't know what went into picking it. I don't know how that process works, but I don't know. Kendrick Lamar's hot right now. I guess I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know. I
Yeah.
really don't know what goes into picking it.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand, like I said, for Lil Wayne fans, to them it's the easy choice. He's from New Orleans. Why not pick Lil Wayne? Makes sense to me, and one of the best rappers. So, hey, I get it, but I don't think that's how it works just because you're from there. But I get it, you know.
Kendrick Lamar did perform. Didn't he perform before with Dr. Dre?
Shit, you know what? I don't even remember. Probably.
I remember that with his step. Did you hear him?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Good. Fuck. Well,
But
okay,
yeah,
whatever. Uh, yeah, it just maybe next year. But
I mean,
you
hey,
really,
you know, you never know. Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar are cool. You never know. He might bring him out. Who knows?
yeah, yeah. Well, we'll look forward to that. Let's get through this season first. See, but hey, did you? All right, look at the colors. Who do you think? You think of the Chiefs and the Seahawks, maybe?
Man, I hope they got away from that color bullshit now that everybody done predicted that shit.
They changed it up the last time.
I don't think they're going by the colors no more. I think they got away from that since people finally predicted that shit.
Yeah, right, right.
But who knows if that's the color scheme? It might be the Seahawks and the Chiefs. I won't be surprised if the Chiefs get back. Honestly, I hate those stupid motherfuckers.
Hmm.
But I won't be surprised if they go back again.
Moving on. Imagine being at the right place and time to save a life. That's what rock legend John Bon Jovi did on Tuesday while filming a music video on the I don't fucking know, pedestrian bridge in Nashville. He noticed a woman in distress around 6 p.m. Seeing her about to jump, Bon Jovi approached and talked to her, ultimately convincing her not to take the drastic step. Known for his work through the JBJ Soul Foundation, John's crisis intervention training was instrumental, but his response was one of genuine care. With the help of another bystander, Bon Jovi pulled the woman back to safety. The Nashville Fire Department and Metro Nashville Police arrived quickly with Police Chief John Drake praising John for his compassionate action. This incident is powerful reminder that a few kind words from a stranger can make all the difference. That evening, John Bon Jovi turned a potential tragedy into a story of hope and humanity. Just imagine you don't even know that person, or that lady didn't even know who Bon Jovi was, and just actually talking to them off of a, you know, maybe a regrettable decision. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Sometimes all people need to know is that somebody cares that they would be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes that's all it takes. People live, everybody live a hard life.
Yeah.
You know, and this economy ain't making it no better. So sometimes just, you know, that's why it's important to be kind to everybody. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know if it's just be kind. You never know. Kindness goes a long way.
Yeah.
It does. There's no point in being mean to people. You just, like I said, you never know what people have to deal with when they go home at night.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know what they think about. You don't know the inner battles that they're fighting.
That's true. Remember that you heard about that Tyreek Hill incident? Like, have you seen the video? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
They were both being dicks to each other. Like it would have never ended up that way if they were just like calm with each other. Again, you don't know what both of them were going through that made the trigger. But then again, he did come out saying he was in the wrong. And like, yeah, the police stuff was over the top. That's not how you should have handled it. Like, you're supposed to be professional about it. But yeah. Moral of that story is, yeah, you never know what someone is going through, so it's just crazy.
Absolutely. And with the police thing, my biggest pet peeve with them is they just never know how to de-escalate situations.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the police is the professional.
Yeah.
And they need to do better. Like, a lot of things could be avoided if they knew how to de-escalate situations. That's it.
Definitely.
Sometimes, tensions get high. Everybody just need to remain calm. So, I don't know.
I mean, cool heads prevail. Is that the saying? Yeah. Cool heads prevail.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She intentionally made herself blind, and this was on, I want to say, the doctor's show with Dr. Phil. I don't know. Let's look at it.
I don't have any regrets taking my vision. I believe I should have been born blind, and I'm happy the way I am. I do have some regrets about the way I did it, but in the end, I'm happy the way I am.
Dr. Phil, with all due respect to Jewel, but I am having a really hard time sitting so close to someone who traumatized herself, who damaged herself. We took an oath in medicine to help people. We see horrible tragedies every single day as doctors, and people who would give anything to go back and restore their vision, their health. My heart is beating out of my chest. I can't even make sense of the emotions I'm feeling, because to hear someone say, I've always felt I should be blind. Well, I've always felt I should be the Queen of England, but I'm not going out to become the Queen of England.
She did that to herself because she felt like she was born to be blind. I think I forgot what it is, but she pours some stuff in her eye. I think it was like detergent or something, Drano or something, into her eye, and she became fucking blind.
People are crazy.
Bro.
That's all I gotta say to that.
Like, and there's a lot of people, again, we're going back to identify as a disabled person. There's people out there, there's videos I've seen, people are saying, I identify as this, treat me as such type of stuff. It's like, Yeah, we live in this world, Jess. We live with those people. Yeah.
People are.
Yeah, there's nothing really much to say, but like I don't know. You know. I don't know. Like I can't I don't know what her way of thinking was that. Like and she's happy and yeah, a lot of people are like dumbfounded like fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay, you psychotic person? No.
I have no comment.
Exactly. Me either because like the fuck is wrong? Anyways, let's move on, okay? Move on to this next one. Pet play, furries. You know those people that dress up in those pet clothes, and some people get aroused off of it. Again, we're going back to I identify as such. But there's way more worse videos than that. That was like a video I had to find to to get it on the show real quick. But there's other videos out there that people walk around full costume, animals. They try to go to the vets because again they identify as an animal. They eat the food. They get walked around, and again it goes to the sexual phases of being pet play. Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I just think people be bored. I don't know. I feel like people just wake up and be like, what can I get away with today? How can I do something crazy today? Like I don't know. Maybe just people do it to spice up their life.
Yeah.
I guess I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah. And with the age of social media, if you put it out there, do not blame us, okay? You put it out there. We're putting our opinions and takes on it. If you don't want us to put our opinions and take on it, don't post it because everyone has an opinion. Social media is live now, and here you go. We got content. We're gonna talk about it. We're not
Yeah.
we're not bigots. We don't care what you do, but we're going to have a talk about it. Okay? That's it.
You know what? And with that being said, everybody can do what they want to do. You know, at the end of the day, what people do, it's not gonna affect me. It's not gonna stop me from paying my bills and going to work. If it makes you happy, do what you want to do.
They be playing though. They were like, feed me. Meow. Meow. They be playing with the toys. Oh man. I mean again, yeah. Do you. That's what makes you happy. But just imagine.
Hey, it's not their fault. 'Cause at the end of the day, what did our parents, teachers, and grown-ups tell us when we were children? You can grow up and be whatever you want to be. So you know what? They doing it.
They
They
took that
growing up and they
literally.
being whatever they want to be.
They took that literally. Holy shit. Uh-uh.
When you get told that for your whole life, hey, you know,
And
It is.
they have their own circle, their own group, but just imagine like, hey Jess, I identify as a cat. I come around hanging around you, dress as a cat, treat me like a cat, walk me like a cat, pet me like a cat. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. Just don't be surprised if you don't see me very much anymore.
Don't be surprised if I call Animal Control.
Don't be surprised if some people with a straight jacket come knocking on your door.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know, man. On some real stuff, I don't know. People just, I don't know. They just be doing whatever.
Yeah.
They just People be doing whatever. People are interesting. People are curious. People are entertaining. Like you
Yeah.
know,
This is the stuff that we, without social media, we would never really hear about. Uh, and again, yeah, it goes back to social media. People have confidence, guts to post about their life, and there you go. It's all over the internet.
hmm
Yeah. But this is a good thing we're doing because we're making real content, speaking content, and eventually make a living off of that, you know? And Jess, like I'm really like listening and manifesting and stuff. Manifesting a life that we could actually do this for a living and dream super big, like sponsors, selling stuff, um, going, having friends come and do the show with us, and yeah, having a studio eventually, and just doing this type of stuff for a living because it is fun. I enjoy this, especially with
absolutely.
you, because like you have your takes on sports, and we were born in the 1900s where like hip hop, R&B is like something we're kind of we know some stuff. We know those artists is, and yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, man. And that's what you have to do. You gotta, I think manifestation is a real thing,
Yeah.
and you gotta dream big. I mean, and you gotta keep finding things that you look forward to. Or it'll make life get real hard if you just go on day to day and doing your 9 to 5. You don't have nothing to look forward to. I feel like if you're always working towards something, it keeps things interesting, keeps your life interesting, keeps you grinding, keeps you distracted. You know,
I'm
I think it's
glad.
beneficial.
I'm very glad that this was just a thought in my mind like not too long ago, and I brought it up to you guys, and you actually saw what I'm trying to do here, and yeah, I appreciate that. And it takes a lot of work, but it's the people that are around you that's willing to do the work with you that you want to lift them up also. So yeah,
Absolutely, the vision, the dedication. Honestly, you know, like yeah, you said it wasn't an idea at first, and people talk a lot. We've had a lot of ideas growing up. We've we wanted to be a dance group, we wanted to be a rap group, we
yeah,
wanted to be in a band. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But to really sit back and you know really observe you really putting in the work and sending the stories and trying to get this going, trying to set up meetings. I'm like, hell yeah, man.
Thank you.
I see the work you put in, and I'm like, absolutely.
Mm,
Whatever you need from me, any way I can help, I'm down always,
mhm.
for sure. You can never be mad about somebody trying to grind and be a better them. Absolutely.
But you remember that time where when we were at Boys and I was trying to like set up like you remember that with the camera and you guys trying to talk? That was literally what I was thinking about, like podcast wise. Like
Yeah.
I was ahead before any of this was like super freaking popular at all.
Yep. Yeah,
Now
man.
here we are. This is the end, guys. If you want to stay current on the latest sports, celebrity, and culture news, hit that like button, share this video with a friend, and follow the channel. Tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. We're dropping fresh content every week. We're going to end it with a positive note. May your future be as bright as your dreams, filled with prosperity, joy, and vibrant health. Keep believing in yourself and stay positive. Your hard work and dedication will undoubtedly lead you to achieve great things. Have a great week. See you next week.